how do you like carry the band, and how are you here without, like, do you have any other jobs? Did you like finish your school and all that stuff? Like, how are you dealing with all that stuff?
So went to uni for 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That
5 weeks.
That was it.
If you have a job, you're gonna lose it when you go back.
You didn't go, did you? Yeah,
I feel like the reason you ended up going to uni for 5 weeks was partially my fault. Because I was like, what? We used to rehearse in Macclesfield in our little town, and then Rob went to uni in sort of Manchester or Salford, which is 40 minutes away. And me and Lou were like pissed that we had to drive to rehearse 40 minutes. So I'm like fucking complaining. And like, why have you even gone? Like, we're going to be in a band and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know what you did drop out.
Yeah, I kind of just realised it because I was doing music. So I was just like, well, there's not really, it didn't really feel like there was much point in me doing something like that at that time when Cassia was doing. So it was bubbling, wasn't it? Something was happening. So it was like, okay, well, you may as well take a chance and then just see what happens.
Well, you guys are young. You can take a chance.
Yeah, and it was great.
Like, 20.
So you kind of put all your chips in there.
Well, me and Rob were like, we had a studio, it was a studio, but it was like about,
it was tiny.
It was tiny, but we were trying to produce artists and help build artists through what we were learning from the Cassia stuff. And so we were making a bit of money doing that. And also we would teach drums or whatever. So that's kind of how it was at first. I'd go to primary schools and teach.
It was like the first year of it, wasn't it? First year.
Yeah, first few, and then we basically just lived at home and earned absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
for a while, like.
And it feels great, sometimes.
It's like, great now.
You look back and think, how did I actually
survive
on that amount of money?
And then we got a manager.
You got a manager?
Yeah, and then we got a manager, and then it was all the dots started to connect, and then we got signed, and then it was actually to Callie. Callie was working for this label called Stiller, and then after that, released first album, and then we're just touring constantly for what felt like.
Just to do a parenthesis here.
Yeah.
You got signed. You were an independent band. You're just starting, and a label came in.
Well,
it's very dangerous sometimes.
It was quite a while though.
Yeah.
We'd released 2 EPs, I think.
So it was 2.
So it was like 3 years.
We had 100 times over Moana,
Paradise Beach stuff. But there was like the Weekender stuff as well.
Ah, it was the Weekender stuff. It was around that time. Yeah.
But that was like, then when that happened, they paid like us.
Which is
salary,
great.
They paid us some money, but we were able to give ourselves a salary.
Yeah.
So it was like, fucking hell, we can actually do this.
We're making money.
Yeah. It was like, all my teaching job was like, fuck you guys. Like,
I made it, Mom. I made it.
Fuck you.
Look at me, Mom.
So good.
That's awesome.
So, but that's awesome because signing with a label, then you start a question. You get a manager, and then, well, we're gonna start paying fees to this person or this company. You're gonna start splitting a percentage of everything you make, and sometimes people don't understand.
Yeah,
it becomes ambiguous. Like, what's the value you do? Like, you're making sometimes more than I do, or the same because, of course, the percentages sometimes go up and down. It's not steady. Then you come to a label, and who owns the masters? I'm signed. If we split, I'm not gonna be able to play with no one.
Yeah. How'd you get that schooling? Like of the
I think through industry? Doing it was the only way that we figured it out, because we were kids when we did the whole management thing or whatever. We didn't have an idea about what to do. So I remember emailing like promoters being like, "Can we have a gig, please?"
Just repeatedly shit on.
Repeatedly shit on. Essentially.
No, because everybody gets fucked. Like, music industry.
It's
impossible not to.
That's how you learn.
It comes with the business.
I think so. And we tried to pay attention when your lawyer's telling you what the contract means.
Yeah.
But you're reading this going like, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like whatever.
You have a contract. That's the dream.
That's the thing. Is that like
that's
happening
what I think.
That's what everyone says. Is like, oh yeah, when you get signed, it's like the best. You don't want to pass up the opportunity or whatever, and you kind of got that in the back of your mind, and then all the business side goes away, and then you're like, I should do this immediately.
I'll sign whatever you want.
Do you guys got to keep your masters, or you negotiated that like, royalty wise? How do you guys
remember
manage?
What we actually did with the first deal?
I can't even remember what the split was.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But you guys splitted the masters with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And to be fair, I think I was actually pretty fair on it. It was a great deal because like the studio was insane that they had. We got to use that like so much. It was mad.